Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 112 of the Journey's anime titled A Triumphant Return. The Alola Champion just dropped, and Ash and Co return to Alola after getting Moan back, and in time for the Battle Royale involving Ash. Will he come out on top even with 3 competitors gunning for him? Let's find out. After returning from finding Moan, Ash and Co are headed to Alola with Lillie and her family. There, a celebration is had for his return, with a whole bunch of members from the Sun and Moon anime, but also the Alola community in large. Lillie's also happy to meet her friends again, and we also find out that she and Gladion, along with the people of Alola, have been watching Ash in the World Coronation series and have been cheering for him. That includes Gladion, which gets this fantastic face out of him, which I thought was pretty funny. Everyone is enjoying the food and glad that Mon is back. Everyone except Kiawe. Oh, I'm not saying that he wasn't happy that Mon was back, but he isn't in the party at all. That's because once he heard that Ash was returning, he went to go train at the mountains by himself so he can battle him. While everyone's there, Chloe goes to talk to Lana about Eevee. She asks Lana what her Eevee's gonna evolve into and the evolution path and choices, and Lana tells her that evolution isn't the only path. You can just choose not to evolve like Ash's Pikachu or even Lana's own Eevee. That seems to give Chloe some peace. We still have no clue what our Eevee will turn into, but I'm still banking on our Eevee turning into a brand new evolution for Generation 9 that we haven't seen yet. Once the party is over, our heroes are at Professor Kukui's house where he tells Ash that there's a surprise Alola Battle Royale Dome match being held for him. Kukui keeps the participants a secret, but he does tell Ash that he is indeed one of the participants. However, even though Ash wants the Master Royale to participate, Kukui refuses, saying that this battle is about him, the Alola Champion. And really, that's the main focus of this episode. The anime, in my opinion, hasn't done a good job of really showing the fact that Ash isn't just some random trainer from Kanto. In all of his World Coronation battles, they never really refer to him as anything but Competitor Ash, and that seems strange because they call everyone else by their titles regardless of how big that position is. For example, all the gym leaders are still called Gym Leader Karina or Gym Leader B, so it seems strange not to do this to a league champion. And I think the anime staff realized this, and they needed to give Ash more credibility before heading into the Masters 8, hence this episode. Once we get to the Battle Royale, we find out who the other contestants are, those being Kiawe with his Alolan Marowak, Gladion with his new shiny Nihilego, and like I mentioned earlier, Professor Kukui with his Incineroar. After introductions, it's on. Ash has to deal with an effective 3v1, yet his skill and battle prowess really shines through here. First, even after being hit by everyone, Pikachu doesn't go down and shows toughness before using Quick Attack and showing his speed, shocking all 3 of his opponents. Then he's able to show power as a single Iron Tail knocks Kukui's Incineroar off balance. Eventually, however, the Battle Royale does break down, as both Kiawe and Gladion are trying to get at Ash, causing them to go at each other. That results in Nihilego being KO'd first. Then, Kiawe goes for a full-powered Inferno Overdrive on Pikachu, only for Ash to dodge by having Pikachu use Thunderbolt to jump as high as possible. Then, out of nowhere, comes Incineroar, who, with his bulk up from earlier, is able to KO the Alolan Marowak with a single Darkest Lariat while doing some damage to Pikachu. That then leaves Ash vs Kukui as the final 2. And they reminisce on that, because their last battle was in a similar situation, and we got to see the flashback to the amazing final battle that they had, and that's when the crowd comes alive. They begin chanting for the champion of Alola, they want him to represent them well, and win the Masters 8. They want him to use his full power, so Ash obliges, uses his Picashium Z against Incineroar's malicious Moonsault. And while we don't get to see how the battle ends, it's probably fair to think that Ash won out. Afterwards, Ash and Pikachu are hanging out at the beach watching the sunset when Kukui finds them. When asking Ash what he was doing, Ash simply responds that he's glad that he came to Alola. Shout out to Mr. Mime for winning the lottery that helped him come here. Small conspiracy though, I don't think Mr. Mime randomly won the lottery. I'm pretty sure he used his psychic power to rig the win. But hey, that's alright. Then comes Tapu Koko, who taps Ash's head before beginning a dance, and Kukui informs him that Tapu Koko is actually praying for his victory. And to me, that's so dope. A deity Pokemon praying for a human. And while that's unexpected, it also shows the respect that Tapu Koko has for Ash after beating him. And Ash promises to try his best at the Masters 8, and Tapu Koko flies away, ending the episode. I didn't think that an episode would come close to last episode in terms of emotion in this series, but this episode comes pretty damn close. This episode really does feel like a culmination of Ash's journey in many ways, no pun intended. As Chloe said, Ash is kind of a celebrity in the Alola region. He is their first champion, he's powerful, everyone's pulling for him. As someone who's watched the series from day one, it's awesome to see how far he's come as a character. And for everyone else, it was actually good to see Goh and Chloe be exposed to a bit of who Ash really is. And for the Alola crew, it was great to see their return. Chloe also in this case gets a bit more development as her conversation with Lana allows her with more choices with her Eevee, and I'm still curious as to where this is leading. Also, I didn't even really mention this at all throughout the review, but the battle animation in this episode was solid. I was worried that with multiple people in the battlefield it wouldn't be great, however, the animation for all the major moves looked great. We also get to see the flashback for the greatest move ever used in the anime, and on top of that, the soundtrack was incredible too. I loved hearing the theme for the Sun and Moon legendaries being used for battle, as well as the theme for Mahalo Trail. It really felt appropriate. Sun and Moon's music never disappoints. So, if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Go check this episode out. It is great. Another 10 out of 10. The next episode is a Go-focused episode. This is his final mission for Project Mew, and he has to capture a Regieleki or a Regidraco, and while doing so, work together with Gary in order to face off against Lila and Shania. I cannot wait to see the conclusion to this. But anyways, that is it for my review of episode 112 of the Journeys anime. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. If you hear the wind in the background, I'm sorry about that. I can't really do anything about that. You can also follow me on Twitter at TheRealPDGaming, and that is it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.